Hello everyone, so we're going to do a Genshin Impact tier list. I've been playing this game for 3 years, so this is going to be my little silly tier list. It's right. So it's going to be awesome, good, okay, waste of resources, and doo-doo. All right, so I do want to make this pretty quick because I know sometimes tier list takes forever because people feel like they have to justify why they're on these tier lists. For me, I just want to be very quick. I don't want to beat around the bush. So let's go with the doo-doo characters. Okay. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Okay, let me see. And most likely I'm going to get a lot of hate, but I don't really care. Most likely this people are not going to see this because I'm such a small channel. So let me see. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. And let me know if you agree with my tier list or not. And of course, I don't mind having conversations, but doo-doo, yep. Doo-doo, yep. 5 star. 5 star is going to be a doo-doo. Doo-doo. If it's a niche support, it's a doo-doo. Doo-doo. Yep. Doo-doo. Young Fei is a doo-doo. Layla. Shield, hot cryo right now is not doing so great, so she's whatever. Diluc is a doo-doo. Chung, yeah, doo-doo. Doo-doo. Like I said, it's gonna be really fast. And I'm gonna be if this video goes viral, most likely I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but yeah, whatever. All right, doo-doo, let's see. And I feel like all the Geo characters should go down here. Yeah, I do think so. But I'm gonna be really, I'll try to be nice. So, okay, I think that's about it when it comes to the characters in the doo-doo list. Okay. I don't think travelers are worth building, so I feel like it's a waste of resources. But if you have built them so far, listen, there's two more elements left, the pyro and cryo, but I know that people are not so happy about the hydro traveler. Even though hydro is the best element, they just really messed it up. Whereas, yeah, okay. All right, so let's go down the list now. Bennett, we all know he's freaking awesome. He's low-key the pyro archon because he does everything. He heals, he boosts your attack. He plays a really good support, and he's just a well-rounded character. And I have him at C6. I don't really see any difference. I know that like the beginning time of Genshin, C6 Bennett was like looked down upon, but it's a myth now. So Xingqiu, he's amazing. He heals, and he also, even though his healing is okay, but his Hydra applicator is where he shines the most. I think he's by far the best. That includes Yelan, because Yelan is a 5 star character, and Xingqiu is very, very good. Kazuha is awesome with his grouping. He's a Nemo. He can use the VV artifacts. And what more can you say? I know there are a lot of Venti fans out there, but Venti just sucks. Yep, that's the truth. Raiden, her electro applicator is amazing, and the duration is very long. And you have two options with Raiden. You can either build her as EM or full DPS. I have her as full DPS because I have her constellations C3 and signature weapon. So I like her using her burst, and her burst animation is awesome. Just for that, she should be in the awesome tier list. So, but she's amazing. She does really tons of damage when you invest in her vertically, but you don't need to because there's Hybrid Bloom, and if you pair her with Nahida, there are two Archons that are like kind of like unstoppable. Just add some Hydra characters in that team, and then you're kind of good to go. Yelan, she's awesome. I have her at C6 and R1, signature weapon. I find her a very fun character to play with, especially her skill running around, and also her burst is very, very easy. She's off-field DPS and support. Cookie, in the beginning, people were hating on Cookie, but she's awesome in Hyperbloom. And if you're invested in Hyperbloom where you don't really need to, it's very easy to build Hyperbloom teams. So Cookie is a must because she heals, she applies Electro, and you can just build her as EM, and she does everything. So she's kind of like same par with Raiden in a sense, kind of better in Hyperbloom. Nahida, she's just broken at C0, and we all know what she does. She applies Dendro, and her burst does a lot of things as a support character. Yao Yao, I'm going to say okay because she heals and she applies Dendro, but I find her a bit annoying to play with. That's just me. I tried my very best to play with her because she heals a lot, especially. But the thing is, her burst, you have to be on field to get that full heal rotation, and I hate that. So I'll hide them. I know that he's pretty good. I don't have him, even though his model, the character design, everything, I fell in love with. But at that time, I was not too keen on pulling for another Dendro because I already had Nahida. She raised the bar so high, it was very difficult to follow. And Kave, I don't have him. As a 4-star, he's a Dendro. He applies Dendro really nice. I like his game style because I, played the character trial, but I think he's a waste of resources because if you have other Dendro characters, why would you build this character? Baiju. Okay, so Baiju is coming with Fiorina in 4.2. I'm set on going for C6 Fiorina and R1, and I'm sitting on 500 wishes, and I'm gonna spend some money, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull Baiju. Baiju works really well with Fiorina because he heals and he applies Dendro, and he also provides shield, so he's kind of well-rounded character. I'm gonna put him as awesome. Hey, I don't have him, but I've seen enough, and he does a lot. And like I said, Hyperbloom is the easiest team to build. So I don't remember this character's name. Sorry. I have her, and I don't use her. So I'm gonna say waste because she's a Dendro, so you can use her with Hyperbloom team. So I'm not gonna put her in doo-doo. Linne. So Linne, he's a charge attack mechanic character. He has a really good scaling, and he's a pyro. I'm gonna say waste of resources. I'm sorry. He's a 5-star limited characters, but we look at all these characters right here. We are so spoiled to the point that this character, even though he provides a good amount of damage, it's just not enough. His sister Lynette, she's a Nemo. She can use the VV set, but for me, I do feel like she's a waste of resources. Her skill is pretty cool, but it's a bootleg version of Yelan's skill, and it's not as fast. I tried it out, and if you have Yelan C1, she's kind of irrelevant. Doo-doo. Now, Nuvalet, I know he's a great Hydro DPS, and I enjoyed him thoroughly with the character trial. I played it a lot, but for me, he wasn't that good. Like, I didn't like him that much for me to pull for him, so that's why he's here. Risley, the character design is amazing. I love his backstory, but he's a Cryo. Cryo right now is suffering. It's kind of in the same place. Let's not say that, because Geo is just non-existent, so... And he's a Cryo melee character, which is pretty difficult. Fiorina, I think she's going to be awesome. Sorry. I have read enough, and I've seen enough, and I honestly think that she's gonna be pretty awesome. Yep. Charlotte, I don't know her. She's a crier, she heals, but I'm gonna put her as a waste of resources because you also have Diona who provides shield and also heal, but I know that she heals the whole team, Charlotte, but I don't think it's good enough. And Kokomi, so Kokomi is going to be in a very interesting position once Fiorina comes out because Fiorina needs a healer to maximize her characters, the way she boosts her other team, like her team, everything. So for that, I think Kokomi is going to be a really good pair. I cannot wait to play her with Fiorina, especially at C6. Ayaka, her burst is amazing, but that's about it. Sorry. That's it. So I'm going to say okay. Fischl, she's awesome. Well, she's good. She's not awesome. She's good. She's really good in Hyper Bloom. She has a lot of options when it comes to her weapon, and she's a very easy character to build. Just work on her EM stats, and that's about it. Make sure it's level 90. Hu Tao, I'm going to put as okay. She's a single damage dealer, and you really need to learn how to play her if you have her as Seed 0. And there's whole thing with like, do you go for her C0, C1 or her signature weapon, because her signature weapon is very versatile. I just don't really care for her gameplay. Yes, I know that Hu Tao is amazing, but Kaching, she's good because of Hyper Bloom. And if you pair her with Nahida and 2 Hydro characters, she provides a really good electro applicator. I find her a very fun character to play with. Her skill, her burst doesn't require a lot of energy, so I think it's 40, I think, so it's always up, and I love that. Sucrose, I feel like Sucrose doesn't get that much attention, and I don't know why. She has grouping mechanic. She's a Nemo who can use VV set, and she's pretty awesome, and she provides EM too. So I don't understand why people don't play her, but I'm gonna put her as good. I still play her. I like to have fun with my characters, especially if they're worth playing with. So not these characters, of course. The doo-doo characters they're just garbage. Okay, Xiangling, she's pretty good. She has fallen off a little, but she's a off-field DPS, and if you have catch on her, to catch the weapon, she is pretty cool. Child, I'm going to put him as good because I know he provides the fastest Hydro application, but it's really difficult to play this character. You really need to learn how to play him, but I don't enjoy it as much, so that's why. Nilu, I'm going to put her as awesome. Oh, I don't know. Maybe good. Maybe up here. Because Nilu with Nahida and also let's just say Kokomi and another. Could you imagine? So Nilu with Kokomi, Nahida, and Baiju. That's a very strong Hyper Bloom team. And she's very easy to build. You don't really have to level any of her talents in a sense. Unless, yeah. So you'll be seeing a lot of resources when it comes to building this character. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to put her here. Yeah. Just putting these all together. Or Yamiko, she's okay because of Dendro, but her skill just to place those totems, and sometimes you get thrashed around. I hate it. Waste, sorry. She has a 100% uptime with her burst, but I don't care for her charge attack mechanic. I love this character, but I just don't care to play with her. Now, Jean, she pairs really well with Bennett with Sunfire Jean, and she heals a lot with her burst. So I don't know if she's gonna. So I really want to try her out with Fiorina, but Jean overall she's okay. I don't think she's a waste because she provides heal. She can also use the VV set, and she's an emo, but our Venti goes okay because his burst, you can't really aim. So when you activate his burst, you just wish for the best, that it's going to be in the group of enemies and not the opposite direction. And it takes time for that black hole to absorb all the enemies. Not only that, some of the enemies he cannot lift, his burst cannot lift, so it's a waste, especially when it's a large boss in Spiral Abyss. Shunhee, she is okay if you have Ayaka, if you pair well with them. Yeah, they do go well together, but like I said, Cryo is in the back seat right now, chilling with Geo. So, yep. Zhongli, he is good because his shield is amazing. It's the strongest, and I love his burst animation. As of now, I feel like Genshin is going more towards the healing, like healers, than shielders. Ayato, he provides a really nice Hydra applicator with his burst, but his skill is very stationary and he gets thrashed around if you don't have shield on him, so he's very debatable. I want to put him down here, but he's a Hydra, so Hydra always gets that, because Hydra element goes really well with all the other elements, excluding Geo, but I don't know, maybe at the bottom. All right. Wanderer, I think he's a waste because he's an emo DPS, and you do need Farazan to really, really make it worth when it comes to his DPS, but I don't. He flies. Okay, whatever. That's still not going to help you with your Spiral Abyss time. So there you go. Albedo, his skill provides off-field damage, but I think he's a waste of resources because he's a Geo. Now Barbara is I don't know how Barbara's going to pair well with Fiorina because she heals. But right now I'm going to put her as a waste of resources because I have her at C6 and I have no intention of building her. Even if, like I said, I'm going to go for C6 Fiorina, but I'd rather pair Fiorina with Kokomi than Barbara. So yeah. Beto, she's a waste. She's great when it's more than 2 enemies, but when it's just a boss, and if you don't have her constellations, she's kind of garbage, even though Electra goes really well with Dendro, but you have other Electro characters that you can play with, like here, her. So yeah, Diana, she's a waste. She provides shield, she's a cryo, she heals, but it's whatever. Kavi, a waste. Okay, so Mona, she's a Hydro, and I know that people uses her burst to have that big damage number, but she sucks as a Hydro applicator, and her skill cooldown time is too long, and it does not really provide that good of a applicator, so I would say she's a waste. Noelle, she's better than Ito, for sure. For sure. And she's a 4-star character, and it's easier to get her constellations than Ito, who's a limited 5-star. So I want to put her as a waste of resources, not doo-doo. Where is Ito? Ito, did I even rank him up there? So Ito is going to be right here. Lisa, all right, so Lisa is like those so Lisa is with the 3 other free 4-star characters that you get in the beginning of the game. Lisa, Kaveh, and Amber. Oh my goodness. Amber is doo-doo. Kaveh is a waste of resources. I'm going to put Lisa as a waste of resources as well because, like I said, there are other options when it comes to Hyper Bloom. And if you really need a good Electro character for Hyper Bloom, Kaching is there. Not Kaching. Well, Kaching is there, and also Fischl is there as well if you don't have a 5-star, limited 5-star, even though she's not limited, so you can easily get her as a when you lose your 50/50. But yeah, Rosario, she's a waste of resources. I like using her in Freeze team because she provides, crit, but her burst provides good cryo applicator, but cryo in general is just in the backseat. Toma, I know the whole version, but I do think he's a waste of resources. And he provides shield. He applies pyro, I know that, but I just don't like building up his shield. I just don't care for it. Yomiya is, I wouldn't say she's doo-doo, but Vaporizer, like, she's just, yeah. Tegnari, he's a waste. I'm sorry. He's a bow character. He uses charge. He's better than Ganyu for sure when it comes to Hyper Bloom, but I just feel like unless you really like this character, and he's pretty fun to play with, but would you want to waste your resource on this character? I wouldn't. What's her name again? I don't even know her name. Oh my goodness. Kole. Yeah, she's a waste of resources. Now this character, I don't know her name either. But I do have her at C6, and I know she pairs very well with Ayato if you're using him as a DPS, and also with Yomiya, but I do think, and she's a Geo. Doo-doo. Sino, I know people are hoping for really good things, but he's a waste of resources because his on-field duration is just way too long, and the damage is not up to par like Raiden. So unfortunately, Sino goes here. Goro is... he provides a good support to your Geo team, but that's about it. Candace. Now, Candace is a very interesting... I'm very intrigued with this character. I don't know how she's going to be pairing with Fiorina, but I'm going to put her as doo-doo right now. She's a Hydro, so I'm going to put her as a waste of resources more so than doo-doo. But I don't know. And Xiao is going to be waste of resources because he's an emo DPS. He does not provide any support, and therefore he's in this tier list. And Farazan. Farazan comes here because she pairs really well with all the Anemo DPS like Zhao and Wanderer, but okay, that's great. But she's not awesome, nor is she good. She's okay. I don't think so. She stays with her family down here. All right, so that's my tier list. If you hate it, comment down below. If you loved it, comment down below. If you have any, I don't know, if you want to have a discussion, let me know. And yeah, let me know. Do you agree with my tier list? Most likely not, because like I said, I did not want to beat around the bush. I just wanted to be completely honest. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.